Democrats and Republicans alike are fed up with Washington's handling of the debt limit negotiations, but the majority of Americans don't belong to either party. A recent Gallup survey says that 38% of Americans consider themselves independents, key voters in the 2012 election, of course. So what do they think of the debt debate and who's winning? We're joined by a panel of independent voters. John Opdyke, he's the director for development for independentvoting.org. Gregory Moon, the president of Independent Voters of America, and Linda Rickey of Florida Sunshine Independence. Welcome to all of you.
Good morning, Allison.
Good morning.
Good morning,
Gregory, I want to start with you. You say that you believe that Democrats are actually winning this war of words in the debt debate. Why?
I just believe their approach in terms of their marketing strategy is working much better than the Republicans at this time, because they seem to be including things or policies other than just the debt itself, and I think that that approach is more appealing to the average voter as opposed to what the Republicans are doing.
Okay, interesting. Linda, you say something that we've heard echoed in polls from many Americans, and that is that you'd like to actually see a blending of the two plans with spending cuts, and are you okay with tax hikes as well?
Well, I would personally not like to see my taxes go up. Probably every American would say the same thing. But, you know, we're all in this problem together. This is a shared responsibility for this problem that we all have. And I think that all of us are going to have to make concessions in order to get out of this situation.
John, you say that independents don't like the bitter partisanship that has been on display in this debt debate. Why do you think that the Republicans are more responsible for that than the Democrats?
Well, I think both parties participate in a kind of choreographed kabuki where they approach this situation, they approach the negotiations from the vantage point of how can they gain a partisan advantage for the next election. And that's why independents are the largest group of voters in the country. They don't like partisanship. They don't like parties. They don't like how every issue is turned into a political football while the business of the country goes undealt with.
Gregory, do you think that the media has been unbiased, or do you think that the media has been framing this more on the side of one or the other party?
No, actually, I think the media has been fairly even-handed in terms of their approach or coverage of the issue. I just don't believe the parties are putting forth enough effort to get the job done on the budget so they can get on to other business of the country.
Linda, what would you like to hear happen today? What would you like to hear the president or any congressional leaders come out and say about this deal?
I would like them to say that they are listening to each other. I keep hearing when they get a microphone put in front of them about what is the big problem with the other side. And I think that, you know, we're talking about a negotiation. A negotiation implies the assumption that the two sides are actually listening to each other and not just talking at each other. And
John,
I would like to see some listening.
Thank you for that. John, do you think that the August 2nd date is a hard and fast date, or there is some wiggle room beyond that?
I think it's a hard and fast date, and just to follow up on what Linda said, I think that both parties are excellent at blaming each other, at pointing fingers. I think what the American people and independents in particular are looking for is a way to move beyond that kind of self-interested partisanship. And I think President Obama would be very good to speak out, not just to criticize congressional leaders, but really speak out in favor of the kind of reforms.
Got it. Sorry to cut you off. We're running out of time, but we appreciate all of you independents coming in. Thanks so much for your thoughts on this.
Sure.